Today, we're diving deep into the highly anticipated latest entry in the NBA 2K franchise, NBA 2K25. If you're on the fence about whether to make the purchase or simply curious about the new features, you're in the right place. From gameplay mechanics to graphics, player modes, and online experience, I've got you covered. So, grab your snacks, sit back, and get ready as we break down every aspect of this game, the good, the bad, and ultimately, whether it lives up to all the hype it's been generating. As fans of the NBA 2K series know, each release comes with its fair share of excitement, promises, and sometimes a few disappointments. With NBA 2K25, there's a lot to unpack, and it's clear that the developers aim to elevate the franchise in several ways. But does it really set itself apart from previous entries, or is it more of the same with just a fresh coat of paint? I'll walk you through the new gameplay features, improved graphics, and changes to MyCareer, MyTeam, and other popular modes so you can decide for yourself if it's worth your time and money. Before we dive into the nitty-gritty details, I've got a special announcement for those of you who love fantasy basketball. We're hosting a sleeper fantasy basketball league. If you're interested, check out the link in the description below to sign up. There are 10 spots available, and it's first come, first serve. So get in quick. Now, let's tip off and jump into the show. Gameplay and mechanics, 2 minutes. Alright, let's start with the gameplay mechanics. NBA 2K25 delivers on the tight, realistic feel the series is known for, especially when it comes to dribbling. They've made some serious improvements in this area, and I have to give credit where it's due. You can feel the difference when controlling elite ball handlers like Ja Morant or Kyrie Irving. The responsiveness has been fine-tuned, making it easier to pull off ankle-breaking crossovers and step-backs. But then, we get to the shooting mechanics, and that's where things get a little tricky. They've implemented a new shot meter that's, frankly, more punishing than it needs to be. Green windows are smaller, and the margin for error feels tighter than in previous editions. If you're a casual player, you're going to find it frustrating. Even for veterans, there's a learning curve, which can lead to some annoying stretches where you just can't hit your shots consistently. Graphics and presentation, 1.5 minutes. Moving on to the visuals. Graphically, NBA 2K25 is a stunner. Player models look even more lifelike than before, with upgraded facial animations and lighting effects. I noticed that the arenas have an added layer of atmosphere too. Little details like crowd reactions and lighting shifts make a big difference, especially in those high-intensity games. That being said, there's one area where I feel 2K has gotten a little lazy: the presentation. There's really no major difference from last year when it comes to commentary or in-game broadcasts. If you've played 2K24, you'll feel like you're watching the same show. Even the halftime reports and pre-game sequences are getting stale. It's starting to feel like 2K is just reusing old material. MyCareer mode, 2 minutes. Now, let's talk about MyCareer, one of the most popular modes in the 2K universe. Here's where I think the game really starts to show its age. The storyline this year? It's essentially the same rise to stardom plot that we've seen in previous entries, with a few new twists and turns, but nothing that really stands out. Voice acting is solid, and there are some cool new environments, but the narrative just doesn't hook you like it used to. One cool feature, though, is the new progression system. It's a bit more flexible this year. You can focus on developing specific attributes in a more meaningful way, which gives players a better sense of control over how they evolve their player. MyTeam mode, 1.5 minutes. MyTeam fans, I've got mixed news for you. On the one hand, they've introduced new card mechanics that add some variety. Limited time boosts can make or break your lineup, and it does add an extra layer of strategy. But here's the downside. Once again, it feels like MyTeam is pushing you toward microtransactions. If you don't want to grind for hours on end, you're going to feel the pressure to spend real money. It's one of those things that turns a lot of people off. And let's not forget the constant cycle of special packs and limited edition cards that drop every few weeks. If you're not careful, it's easy to get caught in the spending trap. Online experience, 1 minute. let's hit on online gameplay, which, let's be real, is a huge part of the 2K experience for most players. Park and Pro AM remain as fun as ever when they work. Unfortunately, 2K25 continues to suffer from the same server stability issues that have plagued the series for years. Lag, especially in Park, can be a real buzzkill. For a franchise that makes as much money as this one, you'd expect them to invest more into reliable servers, but here we are, dealing with the same problems. Innovations and what's missing 1 minute. Now, I want to touch on something a lot of fans have been vocal about: what's new and what's missing. Yes, the game has new dribbling mechanics, but when it comes to innovation, 2K25 feels a bit conservative. There aren't any groundbreaking new features that make you go, wow, this is next gen. Things like franchise mode and other core features feel stagnant. If you were hoping for a complete overhaul or significant upgrades, you might be disappointed. Final verdict: 1 minute. Alright, so what's the final verdict? Overall, NBA 2K25 brings some solid improvements, especially in the dribbling department, and it continues to deliver on the visuals. But with frustrating shooting mechanics, recycled storylines in MyCareer, and heavy reliance on microtransactions, it's hard to justify this as a major step forward for the series. If you're a hardcore 2K fan, you'll likely find enough here to keep you entertained. But if you were expecting something revolutionary, this year's game might feel like more of the same. So, after weighing all the pros and cons, NBA 2K25 gets a final score of 7.6 out of 10. Not quite a slam dunk, but it's still a solid addition to the series. Thank you for tuning in, Hoop Heads. I truly appreciate you taking the time to watch, engage, and be part of the community. Basketball is a sport filled with diverse opinions and perspectives, which is what makes it so exciting. Whether you agree with my score or feel it deserves a higher or lower rating, I encourage you to share your thoughts in the comments. Your insights and feedback help create a more dynamic and engaging conversation, adding depth to every discussion we have about the game. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. It goes a long way in helping other basketball enthusiasts discover the content. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the 6net Menders for all the latest reviews, insights, and updates on everything basketball. We've got a lot more content coming your way, from player breakdowns to game analyses. Thanks again for your continued support, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Until then, keep the passion alive, engage in those conversations, and let's continue celebrating the sport we all love.